Michael, I'm so glad to be able to talk to anybody again because I spent a week with laryngitis sounding like a dog whistle.
Oh, what happened?
It was everybody who has allergies in this area knows what I'm talking about. The pollen, Mike, there were days where I thought I could see pollen raining down out of the sky, and it turned into bronchitis, and it turned into laryngitis. And I will say this, though, Taylor Lupica, she kind of liked laryngitis, Mike. I'm just going to say, yeah, she did.
I can see that. I don't necessarily agree, but I do see her side of things.
Well, I think of all the women in the world that are married, she's probably heard more words from her husband than any of the other women. So this is probably a nice respite.
Well, wait, look who's talking.
Well, no, I only talk for money. I mean, in the house, I hardly say a word.
So it's a dinner table. It's you and Jody and the kids, okay? Right. So you're like the strong silent type, or maybe not strong, just the silent type.
I'll discipline the kids if they're throwing food on the floor, but I'm not pontificating about my day.
Okay.
Okay, but
Mike, we were talking earlier in the show about Louis Seal. Now, you remember the great year that Gooden had, the great year that Guidry had, Fernando Mania.
Yeah, DeGrom, Harvey.
Harvey. Could that happen? Has baseball become too regionalized where Louis Seal in the year he's having is not going to be a national sensation?
You know, Michael, I mean, you're much closer to baseball than I am, but I follow it passionately. And somehow we don't give starting pitchers the respect that they used to get. And what this kid is doing, and I've written this, I've got a column today previewing the Yankees and Dodgers over the weekend. Nothing Cole could have done this year could have been better than what Heel was doing.
Right.
He's been that good. And it's not crazy to talk about this in the context of when it was once Harvey Day or when it was DeGrom Day. But there has been a devaluing of starting pitchers, so I'm not sure this kid is getting the respect that he deserves.
And we were saying that, right now he's on schedule, Mike, to start on Sunday. So that's the only game in town on Sunday night. But unfortunately for baseball, that's also going to be game 2 of the NBA Finals. So when he would finally have the nation's eyes on him, it's going to be limited because a lot of people will be watching the NBA.
Mike, you're obviously with the team in spring training. Did anybody have any indication that anything like this was going to happen with this kid?
Well, there was a start that he had in Clearwater against the Phillies, at which point he made a couple of pitches, and Aaron Boone turned to one of his coaches and said, "You seeing this?" So they knew he was good. Nobody could ever dream this big, but he was sent down, Mike. There was no room for him on the rotation. And the only reason he got a chance is because Garrett Cole went down.
And so going forward, is there going to be an innings limit on this young man as the season wears on?
They say no. They say that they've changed their feelings on that because with all the high-speed cameras, they could see, in fact, if he is starting to fatigue and if his arm is dropping, they will notice that if things are changing. It used to be, 40 innings more than you had the year before, which means that, he's already into borrowed time. But they're gonna keep throwing him out there. They don't believe in that anymore. Most people in baseball don't believe in that anymore.
Hey, he's been dazzling, and again, it's a fool's errand to compare, to say Guidry and 7, whatever, okay. But earned run average, power, control, it has been a dazzling performance. He's been the best pitcher in baseball, and for him to step up this way, when the guy who was the best pitcher in baseball last year has been out, it to me has been the most significant development of the Yankee season, other than Judge and Soto being exactly what the Yankees hoped Judge and Soto would be.
Now, Mike, you say you follow baseball passionately. Any opinions, theories why we're at the quarter pole of the baseball's regular season and only 11 teams are above 500?
I don't know, Don. I'm a guy, I always like Breslin's theory of sports and life. Big guy wins, big guy loses. So I like the fact that we have big teams. There's an elite first-class section. The Guardians, to me, are probably the most surprising member of that section. But when was the last time, think about this, when was the last time that you really and truly thought the Yankees had the best team? It's been a while. And even though the Phillies have the record they have, I think the Yankees, in light of the fact that Cole is coming back, are the best team again. And it has been a while since you looked at a baseball season and said, yeah, they're the best. I know a couple of years ago they had that great first half, and then they faded at the end. This is an extremely complete team right now. And, they're not going to hand out any loving cups at this point in the season. But if you're a Yankee, this is a great time to be a Yankee fan right now.
Do you think, barring injuries, Mike, that anything could derail this team? Because as great as they've been at 43-19, you know what? The Orioles are one game behind in the loss column. One.
Michael, almost 1 year ago exactly, with the Yankees going to the Dodgers at that point, on the first weekend of June of 2023, the big guy's chasing a fly ball at Dodger Stadium, and he runs into that door. And the season is never the same after that. So, excuse me. But Mike, barring injury, that's not like a disclaimer. That's a reality of the baseball season. I mean, Soto never gets hurt. He went to the post 162 times last year. But if something happens to one of them, the domino effect on the batting order would be dramatic. And I had started to wonder if that big toe was really bothering Aaron Judge in a way that we didn't know. He's hit 197 on May 2nd. 197. He's got 6 home runs. And now he's turned it into the summer of 2022. And Mike, I figured this out the other day. I wrote about this. Do you know that in the history of the New York Yankees, only 2 combinations have ever combined to hit 40 or more home runs in the same season? Ruth and Gehrig did it 3 times. Roger and Mickey did it once. And now Judge and Soto have a chance to do it. And by the way, Stan's got 15 home runs.
Yeah, and he's right there.
It's not crazy to think that they might have 3 guys hitting 40 or more home runs. So the lineup is loaded. Okay, it's we've talked about this before. Soto has been every single thing they could have hoped he would be, and even though I still believe Aaron Judge is a big guy on this team, Soto has been every bit the kind of game changer that Reggie was a million years ago when he got here in '77.
Now, we've been talking about this a lot. Yesterday, we spent a lot of the show, and it's going to be on Yankee fans' mind because, Soto is so intoxicating. He's a generational talent, but he's here for 1 year for sure. I don't believe in blank checks. I don't think you can do that. But is he a blank check guy, and can you see him going somewhere else? And from what you could tell, is that the Mets' job 1, 2, and 3 is to get Soto at the end of the year?
Listen, everything we're seeing is he really likes where he is. But, Michael, think about this. They're paying number 99 a contract of total value of $360 million. Can you pay Soto $100 million more than that? Can you pay him $200 million? Boris is setting up. Now he's come up with this expression, centurion. Okay, I'm not. It almost sounds like a gladiator, and I don't want to go down the road. Anyway, but how much more can you pay? Because here's what Boris is going to say. I guarantee you this: Soto's impact on the Yankees has been as great, if not greater, than Ohtani's impact has been on the Dodgers so far. I think that's a fair statement. The 2 biggest moves of the offseason, other than Yamamoto, were Ohtani for $700 million. And I don't care how much of it is deferred or not, okay? But you can't see that he's helped the Dodgers more than Soto has helped the Yankees. It's there in the standings. But Mike, I agree with you. I don't know what the ceiling is. I don't know how. I wrote this a couple of weeks ago when Hal said it's not sustainable, the payroll. Well, we're going to find out at the end of this year, especially if the Yankees win, what his definition of sustainable is.
Who do you like in the finals?
I like the Celtics, even though I've seen what Luca is doing. I think they have a little more. And who would have ever thought that Porzingis would be this significant a figure on the team he's playing for and to the team he left, which is the Mavericks? I was thinking about this, guys. I don't know how much time we got left, but we looked at the Knicks season and said, how could the Mavericks let Jalen Brunson go? I've been thinking about this the last week or so. But maybe as great as Brunson was for the Knicks this year, maybe he wasn't a great fit with Luka. Do you think that's possible?
It is possible because the greatest game he had was when Luka was injured in the playoffs. That was his greatest run there. So maybe they didn't fit.
Kyrie, here's the thing about Kyrie, okay? Everybody's talking about what a great wingman he is. Yeah, he is. And he was a great wingman to LeBron, too. Mm-hmm. But being a wingman to Luka and a wingman to LeBron, you have to say that's pretty good work if you can get it, right? I mean...
By the way, it's true, but do you think, Mike, I sort of sense that, at this stage in Kyrie's career, maybe there's just some level of growth, but I also wonder whether Luka at this stage is a better fit to be the alpha dog for Kyrie. I don't know if Kyrie and LeBron would gel, but Kyrie and Luka is just right.
It's perfect right now, and you can just see the level of respect and communication is great. Listen, here's the thing about Kyrie, okay? And we have this conversation all over sports. Two things can be true. He's a truly great player, and he has acted like a bonehead in his career.
Yep.
And because he's playing this well now, doesn't mean he didn't act like a bonehead at certain points in his career.
And it does make you think what could have been in Brooklyn. Now, one more thing before we let you go, because you're good at this stuff and you can put it into perspective. Peter's a big Celtics fan. And he was offered by the Celtics tickets in the second row for Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. As a celebrity.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
They will not let him in the building for Games 1 and 2.
No.
So that's an odd way of putting it.
Yeah, he put it, Mike, a little harsher. It just seemed that my offer didn't carry over to the finals. That's what it seemed.
I think I'm saying that.
So wait, they're not into a facial recognition thing there, are they? Like the Dome does in Madison Square Garden?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it's not like, do not let this man. Oh God, no. He's on the escalator. Somebody stop him! Security.
No, because he was welcomed in for Game 5.
No, but he's suggesting
Game 5 didn't happen.
But Mike's suggesting I could just buy tickets and go to the game. But what he's not recognizing is how cheap I am. That's the problem.
And also, what's really...
Well, yeah, I was going to... Michael and Don, did you notice there that even he barely got buying the ticket? Those words almost died in his throat. I'm surprised his throat didn't start to sound like mine. I swear to God, Peter, when you said buying tickets, I thought you were going to get the bends or wrestle yourself to the ground somehow.
You know what's really rubbing in the wrong way, Mike? They're letting in McLovin, but not him. The kid that played McLovin in Superbad.
Oh, Peter. You can't let that.
I know. It's Donnie Wahlberg and McLovin. Now, the only thing I can pray for, guys, is that basically the core of the early Patriots teams are there or something.
Right.
I got to hope that Brady's there and maybe Deion Branch, Troy Brown. I don't know. Because Boston's very, very celebrative, a celebrity... it's a struggle to get celebs to TD Garden. So bereft is the word. Thank you, Don.
I had this image in my head of McLovin calls and he can't go. And then there's a secondary list at that point, and they're going down M's and O-T.
Cam Neely's cousin. Let's see.
That's right.
A girl that Cam Neely took to the prom in high school.
Ray Bork's nephew. Let's see.
It's sad, Mike. It really is.
I thought you were going to ask Mike about my theory. Michael was very disappointed with me because I said, as a Celtics fan, I don't need the Boston crowd to go overly hard on their Kyrie attack.
And I think they should go really in on him.
He thinks they should go all the way.
No, Michael, no.
Why?
No. You got to be better than that. You do.
Thank you.
The stakes are too tremendous to win the first championship or whatever it is, 15 years, and to get number 18. No. If you're obsessing about him, you're not focused on your own
Yeah,
team.
but see, I'm a firm believer in the high road is the road less traveled. I'm not saying be profane at him, but boo him every time he touches the ball.
No, Michael, we're going to get you a T-shirt. And on the front, it's going to say, the high road sucks, and on the back, it's going to say, but you have to take it.
Michael hates the high road.
I hate the high road. Hate it.
He hits his head. He's too tall.
I'm surprised.
It's like the Fenway
the way
dugout.
he treated the Celtics, the way he would step on the leprechaun, he deserves to get booed.
I know, but you can't boo him every time he gets the ball. It just sucks the life out of what you went there to do, which is to try to cheer your team on to win a championship.
That's what I'm saying. It's about you have your own group. This is an important Celtics team. You don't know how many cracks you get at a championship with a core group like this. I'm not thinking about Kyrie's history. It's meaningless relative to the importance of this Tatum and Brown team. That's what I'm focused on.
You know, you can't
Peter,
boo Kyrie when he has the ball and cheer for the team when they have the ball.
I know. Mike, sorry, what was your question?
Too much energy. No, here's my last question on this whole Celtics ticket thing, okay?
All right.
If they win the championship, you would be allowed to go to the duck boat parade, right?
Presumably, but I'm not getting a good seat if McLovin's going.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, too.
McLovin. Mike, thank you so much. Hope
Rest
you
your
continue
voice.
to feel better.
Hey, Michael, have fun in London. It's my favorite city.
Yeah, I love London. It's very cool. It's United States of Jace.
That's why he likes it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they have chicken parm there, I'm pretty sure, Mike.
No, you're pretty wrong. I've been there. They don't. It's sad.
Have a good trip, Michael.
All right,
Good talking
thank you,
to
Mike.
guys.
Take care.
Later.
That's Mike Lupica.